They have to look at that beak. Look how pointed that thing is. They look in those eyes. They know he means something. They know he's feeling it. Put a beak on it. Put a beak on They have to look at this guy. They have to look at that beak. Look how pointed that thing is. They look in those eyes. They know he means something. They know he's feeling it. They look in those eyes. They know he means something. They know he's feeling it. Put a beak on it. Put a beak on
Test, test.
They have to look at that beak. Look how pointed that thing is. They look in those eyes. They know he means something. They know he's
The first time you word flat, you just scoffed and laughed, thinking that Pythagoras knew better in the past. Yeah. You start to do some research and hit up YouTube, mock sergeants, clues, and Eric's 200 proofs. Where's the edge? Show me. Why would they be lying? Come on, man. Well, why's the horizon always rising to your horizon? Yo, I can't explain it all in a verse you take serious. Cause once you're flat smacked, it'll leave you delirious. You don't wanna hear this, cognitive dissonance settles in your mad. And that's okay, those are the same feelings I had. You're digging deeper and you don't know what to believe. You're getting pissed off that you've been duped and deceived. Yo, who do we blame? NASA or the elite? Both of them. Or are the darker voices hiding our reality that the earth's flat, 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 get over it. The earth's flat, 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 get over it. Earth's flat, 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 get over it. Get over it. Throw on some ODD reality to learn some more. Yep, got you thinking about things that you never thought before. Gravity pushes poles, turns sawdust into balls. Then you realize it's a theory and it ain't a proven law. Think density, buoyancy, and electrostatic. It's a complicated concept when you first look at it. Seeing all them pics of Earth through a fisheye lens, cause that's the only way that they can show us that it bends. 70% of Earth's water, which is nothing special. But naturally speaking, water always seeks its level. Then you start to wonder why we can't have world peace when they all play nice with Antarctic treaties. Sure do. You start seeing celebs coming out as flat earthers. So you double check that you just misheard your TV, your phone, or your radio station. Got you wondering why flat earth's taking over the nation. Even this deep inside the rabbit hole, I have my doubts, but at the end of the day, I wanna stand up and shout that the earth's flat, 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 get over it. The earth's flat, 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 get over it. Earth's flat, 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 get over it. Get over it.
you got a problem with. This ain't no black news or no Jabari this. Real scholarship that'll sink your partnerships. Haters popping shit cause I'm on top of shit. First time I partnered it, this time it's obvious. It's me against the mafia on my Illuminati shit. Self-made, never had a sod, never starter kit. Breastplate and sword, killing them on some Harlem shit. This is godliness. I put my heart in this authorship. House of consciousness, old mortgages. Now I'm sonning no heads. This is my orphanage. He gave you red and blue pills. Meet Morpheus. We victorious. Show us respect. Got my name in your mouth. Hope you choke on the S. Hope you know I'm the best. Fuck it, I'm killing your doubts. Killing your minions. Trying to make their career off the couch. Old shotters compared to globetrotters. Spinning balls, we proving truth with no problem. Approach cautious, trust me niggas above your limits. Flow scorching, no condom, y'all ain't fucking with it. Trust me niggas above your limits. Flow scorching, no condom, y'all ain't fucking with it. In the window, gun in my hand, no sleep protecting the children. Bitch, I'm on my Malcolm shit. Movement won't move cause you the police. Got the people stagnant cause y'all on some backwards shit. Harlem. I told y'all niggas stop playing with me. Now I got a body Oswald Bates. Reggie got new shoes, now we think he can fuck with me. Boy, this shit in my heart, not on my fucking feet. Enjoy your luxuries, I do it for the hard living. Y'all the type to hit stop streaming and start kissing. Niggas need to stop dreaming and start living. Stop waiting on motherships and stop wishing. Stop defending belief systems and fuck feelings. Corrupt niggas done misinformed enough children. So fuck your legacy, it's built upon heresy. Dresses what rappers got in common with comedic priests. Frat boys, shouldn't call them comedic Greeks. Stick to lectures and step shows, don't step to me. Fake pro-black niggas caught with Stephanie. Niggas own iPhones and teach telepathy. The short mind that can't expect longevity. Testing me, cook your ass like you're part of the recipe. The short mind that can't expect longevity. Testing me, cook your ass like you're part of the recipe. Standing in the window, gun in my hand, no sleep protecting the children.
Okay, that was my Malcolm shit by Bro Sanchez, who actually commented at the top of the video here. Let's see what he had to say. Let's see. FEMA Camp 2017, Globe Exit, Flat Power, exactly. Let's see who else is here. Monique, Mr. Smith, Mark Fanning. Yes, so this is, oh, here's one more. Go find the others. Who's your flatty? Bow wow wow, FEMA yo, FEMA yay. Do not feed the elite. Thank you. I had to pin his comments. This guy's so great. He says, rocket launch update, November 25th. Mad Mike announced the date for the rocket launch. You must be very excited. The whole world's going to see your paint job. Research Flat Earth. Thank you. Do not feed the elite. This guy used to be a troll, but now he's like endorsing the rocket launch. I love it. See, he was attacking me for months saying it wasn't going to happen. Now that Mike put a new date up and set up his launcher, suddenly he's like promoting it. So that's cool with me. Carolyn says, my dog would like your dog. So, all right. For those of you who aren't, who haven't been able to catch up with us on Discord, what we've done is we've migrated this think tank because we all hang out here. We chat, we slay trolls, we move the game forward, we advance the narrative, we basically lead the charge here for the most part. Prove me wrong. We're not getting sidetracked, and they've tried. They tried shooting down platform after platform. They've tried shutting down voices. They've set examples by taking down channels of people like Crow 777. They try to make the example that if you go too far by questioning our priesthood, we will shut you down. So now I think now at this point we've realized that we're uncensorable. I've had all these accounts get shut down, and yet we still have the same core constituency here. The same, we are the radical fringe of Flat Earth, like it or not. It's not a bad thing. Fringe is just cutting edge. It's just that if you're on the status quo, you're going to be threatened by anything that's cutting edge, and that would be us. So we've migrated to Discord because we're getting increasingly focused on projects that require our focus. And so we want to maintain the integrity of the think tank, even as the enemy turns up the intensity of their personal attacks, their ad hominem attacks, their drama instigation. and you can't help but be caught up in it because that's the environment that they have fostered here. So what we can do here is maintain the integrity of our chat room by actually migrating it somewhere else. And it happens to be the case that Discord, and you link below, not only is it like the Blue Lodge, I mean the Wrench Lodge that we have here, the Blue Wrench Lodge, where we have the same people, but now your comments stay and they can be accessed later. So remember, I was talking about how with the Flat Earth Network, the forum was going to be the intelligence hub, the central organizing headquarters for Flat Earth. Well, the forums aren't fast enough. That's writing on the wall, someone else reads it and responds. It's not fast enough. Cutting edge is real time, cutting edge is Discord. So we've actually done better than a forum, and it's already vibrant. If you go over to the Discord link right now, and I'll pull it up on the screen so for those of you who aren't familiar with the platform can get a better idea. Okay, for one thing, we have our own memes, like this one here. You know, we have our own meme gallery, and these are all comments that people like right now. There are people in Discord commenting and listening here. I could even, with the click of this button, start addressing the people in the Discord room, and they could listen. But not right now. They have to come over here to YouTube or go to flatearthnetwork.com/live. We'll deal with that later, but let's just go on and show you some more features of this thing. So basically, it's like a permanent chat room / forum. And then also, it's voice chat. So not only can I speak and you can hear me, but you can speak and I can hear you. So this is like, not only is the class encouraged to pass notes, but you're actually encouraged to talk in class. You see, we've inverted the structure of how they indoctrinate us. They indoctrinate us from top down. You have the priest with the state-sanctioned programming, the book of programming that you regurgitate, and that's it. It's a one-way thing. You just swallow it. Well, this is different. In this way, one of us brings up an idea, everyone else reacts, and it's sort of it's more than the sum of the whole. It's not a distillation. So this think tank, yeah, Ty Gorton says think tanks are vital. Sidestep the nonsense. Hey, the nonsense is not new. It's been here since day one. If you go back through videos, you see it goes in cycles, and many people have noticed this, that I think it's just one of their tactics, and that's one way to keep this thing from becoming about personal vendettas, pissing contests, that kind of thing. One way to keep it out of that area is just to stay focused on tasks, on projects, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. So we are inserting a flat Earth art music festival into the middle of the biggest art festival that Denver has. It's the Denver Art Festival. It's Art Week from the 3rd through the 11th. It's actually like a full week with international artists bringing their work. People from all over the plane are going to be showing up there to buy art, to look around, to see new stuff. And we landed a flat Earth art and music festival right in the middle of the thing. So this could be, it's a little more powerful than just a billboard. And we're escalating. But we wouldn't be able to do these things if it wasn't for the focus that we have in the chat room. We get rid of the naysayers and the haters and the unimaginative globies who can't see past the ends of their own nose. These people are just so narrow in their focus. So we've gone post-globe, and YouTube unfortunately betrayed us. I trusted in YouTube. I said, hey, they're doing us a great service. If you want to support my channel through my monetized channel through Super Chat, do it. It'll keep me going, and I'll do this 110%. 24/7. Well, YouTube took that money and they gave it to crisis actors, and they gave it to FEMA, the real FEMA, the government FEMA, the movie company that stages agitprop. They gave the money to the enemies of the freedom of speech itself, like people who are antithetical to us being able to speak our minds. I mean, how messed up is that? So I feel pretty betrayed. So I'm no longer monetizing YouTube at all, and I'm trying to discourage people from leaving their content up on YouTube if they can avoid it. Like, if you can not let them make money by having having viewers on their site, because as long as they're on YouTube, they're in the paddock. We've got to open the paddock. Okay, so I want to continue to go through this thing here. God, please keep IPS's beak tank out of chat. That's Elon Musk, because yesterday he had one of his balloon launches. If you don't know who Elon Musk is one of the world's preeminent blimp enthusiasts, and he creates these cylindrical blimps, kind of like a Goodyear, but a lot more like obelisk shape. And then they launch them vertically using jet assisted takeoff. And then they tell all the lemmings that it's going into this place called outer space. But we've never been there or seen it. We just take their word for it because they're the priests. And then once this thing actually gets to a certain height, they just cut to here you go. You're watching it. Once it gets up there out of the range of your sight, and look at that. Tell me, how is it going so slow, by the way? Look how slow it's going. I've seen bottle rockets go faster. I mean, what is powering this thing for it to go so slow and remain so stable? That is just ridiculous. And by the way, yesterday when they did the launching, they didn't show the landing. The camera broke. True Blue in the comments here on this side is saying, I can't believe that they were able to land the rocket vertically. Absolutely amazing. Like, if there's any chat room to troll, this is it. Here's the link. I'm sorry, I got a little fixated on the image of the rocket for a minute there. I'm like, this is just so brazen of them. See, they cut to CGI and they say it's in space. And then yesterday we were watching this and we were spamming the chat with just, a little bit of a red pill, kind of shotgun spray pattern, just throwing out truth bombs saying, hey, this is fake. It's a blimp. It's not real. There's no space. And they cut it off before it landed. They didn't let us see the landing. How weird is that? Anyway, people are here reacting as though it's live, and the people I'm looking at, they're all obviously trolls. These are paid accounts. This isn't real. There's no way they actually had 6,500 people watching live yesterday. Or maybe. But if they did, a lot of them saw what we were putting because we dominated the chat room. Now I bring this up because in 77 minutes, they will be doing another launch. Speaking of which, I've been having these strange, well, I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's get back onto the Flat Earth report. Yeah, the rocket, you're going to see it here. I'm just going to let it play through. This is from yesterday. I mean, it's the same thing. At one point, the Earth is concave, so Lord Stephen Christ is right, it appears. Then it goes convex. I mean, it goes back and forth. It even stops it flat for a second. So it's like choose your reality. It goes straight to the right. It says high neuter. Okay, here we go. It's depositing. See, I think it's dropping off. Here's what they actually said. I have a breakdown of it. It's the orbital ATK Minotaur C rocket. And I'm trying to figure out what's the meaning behind Minotaur. We got to look into that. It'll launch 6 SkySat Earth observation satellites. It's all just a movie. Okay, now this is kind of interesting. The Minotaur dwelt at the center of the labyrinth, which is an elaborate maze-like construction designed by the architect Daedalus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think that's the name of the guy in Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Ulysses. Anyway, okay, so the labyrinth was designed by this architect and Icarus, the guy who flew to the sun, on the command of the king of Crete, and he was eventually killed. So I'm interested. Okay, so I looked at the actual Minotaur rocket. So it's going to launch on Halloween, so that's interesting. Watch a Minotaur rocket launch to space this Halloween. Because remember, these things are rituals. This is the state religion. This is their pageantry. And so you might as well get used to trying to figure out what they're actually saying. Because look, I was talking to someone about this on Discord this morning. The sooner we can expose that there is an esoteric meaning to these things, the sooner people can begin to understand that the exoteric, or what their official explanations are nothing more than cover stories for what they're actually doing. So, okay, it says standing seaside on a launch pad overlooking the Pacific. The Minotaur C is set for launch Tuesday from California's central coast with 10 Earth observation satellites manufactured in San Francisco. Jack turns into the Minotaur in The Shining, says Flat AF. Okay, so that's interesting. Rocket launch, The Shining, Jack turning into a Minotaur. Okay, it stands 32 meters tall. 32 meters, interesting. See, 32 was the floor that Paddock was used, and that was also a harvest ritual. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. This is a harvest thing, Halloween. Halloween is the, death, the reaper, Father Time. The harvest, this is when the sun is stung by the scorpion and it dies on its way down to the winter solstice. So 6 sky satellites and 4 Dove CubeSats. Dove, interesting. That's Cerameus. That's the goddess Isis. CubeSats closed up inside the Minotaur's payload. That's nice. Formerly known as the Taurus rocket, the 4-stage Minotaur features modified avionics. Okay, now this is where we get interesting. The Taurus rocket. Okay, so let me bring something up for you here. Well, I don't want to get too sidetracked right now. I'll get back to that. The Taurus thing is interesting because we're talking about when in the zodiac you have the quadrants, and Taurus is the exact opposite of Scorpio, which we're hitting into. So that's kind of interesting. So basically, you have the complementary pairs. So right directly 6 months from Scorpio is Taurus. And so we're entering into Scorpio. We just entered into Scorpio. So I'm not sure. Now look at this. See, you're looking at an obelisk. You're looking at what the Pope worships. Jack Torrance / Taurus says Flat AF. And see the sun setting? This is also symbolic because that's, the sun has its different designations. Horus, horizon. Set is the Prince of Darkness when the sun sets. That's the one who dismembers the sun god who dies and then is reborn. The obelisk is the symbol of the reborn. So basically what you're looking at here is in the sun setting, you're seeing a dramatization here of this is the symbol of the eternal regenerative principle. The God will come back. And this is encoded in the whole shooting on the first, the harvest ritual. The god of the harvest is the god of death, is Saturn, is also synonymous with the sun god in his death aspect. So Osiris, even though he's a sun god, is the god when he's underground, in the underworld. He's the and this is why when in the old, it's in the Apocrypha, but when Jesus dies on the cross, he goes to hell for 3 days. You don't read about that in your conventional Bible, but the story is he's underground for 3 days before he's reborn from the tomb. And this whole thing is astrotheological, but it's also, it's very layered. But check this out. While he's underground, he's saving those who went to hell before he was on the earth to be the Savior. And so when he's underground, this is Osiris as the sun god in death. And then he's reborn. But check this out. So Jesus is born from a womb that is sealed because he's born of a virgin. When he's reborn, what is he reborn from? A sealed tomb. Remember the rock he has to move? And like, how did he come out of the tomb? It was sealed. Jesus coming out of the sealed tomb on his rebirth is an analogy to Jesus being born from a sealed womb, as in a virgin birth. When we get down into, we're talking about a template of a form of mythology, a myth that's being played out in pageantry every day. And it's all about the rising and the setting of the sun and the moon and the celestial phenomenon. And so the people who have engineered the deception know very well about the actual harmonies of nature and how this thing works. Heliocentric says they will have to have a launch today for the Illuminati sex rituals going on. Exactly. And even the Tom Petty, 66, 666, these numbers have always been used in conjunction with the sun gods and astrotheology. But if you remember at Tom Petty, they said on the first, Tom Petty, he's dead. No, he's alive. Oh, it was a false report. No, he is dead. No, he's alive. No, he's alive. No, he's dead. Back and forth. And then 3 days later, Jesus Campos, Jesus, the security guard who saved everybody by stopping the shooter from shooting, who warned everybody, Jesus disappeared for 3 days and he reappears on Ellen. This is all part of the scripting. It's a story. It's called Joseph Atwill talks about this. He calls it typography. How they will take types of an old story and replay it in their present narratives, all in a way of, by way of like, let's write ourselves into the myths to deify ourselves. Like, so for example, Joseph Atwill believes that the Gospels were just a retelling of the, or a dramatization of the military conquest of Titus Flavius leveling Jerusalem, and that they wrote the story in such a way that the character Jesus would actually give credence to the emperor, saying that when I'm dead, there'll be a succession of Roman emperors who are Christ. They're after Christ. So Antichrist meant succession of Christs, succession of incarnate sun gods. But anyway, we're talking about their religion. That's why I'm even bringing this stuff up. You're looking at an obelisk filled with helium, Helios, sun god, more sun worship. Heliocentrism, sun centrism, sun worship was always the state religion, and there are many reasons for it, but we're just going over this in brief. Spacex is space sex. Here's how the ritual works. I mean, the ceremony is essentially this. Let me bring up Egypt, sky goddess. It's always interesting to look at this particular image because it illustrates the point so very well. I can find an uncensored version. Okay. I'm going to find an uncensored version of a certain picture if I can. Bro Sanchez always has it on his screen. I should have screen capped it. Okay, well, anyway. I'll bring it up for you. There's this image of the goddess arching over the sky. And this is where you get Isis with the robe of stars, the cloak of stars. And then there's the other image of the god below, laying down. And so what you're seeing here with the Spacex or Spacex, it's symbolic of the union of the god and the goddess. And that union is consummated with the obelisk, which is what the goddess places on the body of her dismembered dead husband Osiris. And then she copulates with his corpse, a little functional necrophilia, and the next morning he comes back as Horus, the sun god, on the horizon, and the cycle continues. So when you're looking at the rocket going up into quote-unquote space or into heaven, what you're actually seeing is an homage to their sun god who is being resurrected. That's all. I'm going to take a break here and play Ball Earth Cult by Chief Crow and the Flat Earthworms. Be right back. "33 are watching right now. Lodge is officially open."
peaches and cream. You make that dough, the symbol show euthanasia. Nightmare hippie girl. Blue wrench, happy Illuminati. Got the VIP cause I'm a 33. A bunch of important numbers. 3. A bunch of important numbers. 42. A bunch of important numbers. 481. A bunch of important numbers. 5. A bunch of important numbers. 0. A bunch of important numbers. 9. A bunch of important numbers. 23. A bunch of important numbers. 7. A bunch of important numbers. 11. A bunch of important numbers. 11. I'm in a cult. 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 I'm in a cult.
That is Chief Crow and the Flat Earth Worms, who is working on an album, an entire album. He said he wants to have it ready for the second FEMA camp, which is a good sign that people know that FEMA camp is just the beginning. And so, what he's working on is going to be more of this great music, like you heard, and he has his stuff available on CD Baby. And so you can go ahead and listen to it for free, download it for free, or you can make a contribution of like $1 or whatever. But I think he's great. The Darkness says, I actually am a Knight Commander of the Court of Honor. Knight Commander of the Court of Honor. Awesome. We are in the presence of greatness. So the Knight Commander of the Court of Honor is it's an honor the Supreme Council bestows upon the deserving brethren. Was it Midnight Freemasons? Now we, by the way, we here at this think tank, we are actually the inheritors, I would say, of what the Freemasons or what the Illuminati are claimed to be or claim to hold. We are possessors of their deepest and most closely held secrets, including the secret of the flat earth. In fact, speaking of which, check this out. I've been talking this morning to my people over there on Discord about, we're looking into Freemasonry's lodge rituals and the structure and how it ties to sun worship, and then how this connects to the NASA space program, including John Glenn's circumnambulation of the globe. I think he went around it 3 times. Remember, John Glenn, he circumnambulates the globe once, twice, 3 times, then he lands in his little pod. Well, listen to this. Okay, about the hidden meaning of what is being done in this rite. Okay, so when the pagan nations go around, when they circumambulate, it says this is representing the sun worship. So, Freemasonry has preserved the meaning, a symbolic allusion to the sun as a source of physical light and most wonderful work of the grand architect of the universe. The lodge represents the world. You see the level is the ground, it's the world, right? The 3 officers represent the sun in her 3 positions at rising, meridian, and setting. So you see they have 3 names or 3 positions or 3 individuals representing the sun based on its position, just like the sun has different names and designations in the Egyptian myth depending on where it is. Is it setting? Is it rising? Is it nighttime? So the candidate is led to the base of the altar where there is a holy Bible, a square, and compass. Anyway, let me move on here. This is the part I thought was most important. The circling of the altar alludes to the course of the solar orbit through the points around the world. What does this mean? The solar orbit through these points around the world. So in other words, when you're walking around the altar, you are acting out the sun walking a circle around or across, or rather, around the plane. It's not you're the sun and the lodge is spinning around you. No, the lodge is the world and you are the sun. Anyway, you can, this is the thing, you can read it for yourself. It's all in the public domain. You just have to dig through and recognize that what you're looking at here when you're looking at a lodge ritual is you're looking at a microcosm, an intentional microcosm. You know, it's designed to be that way. They designed it so that it represents the world. You know, you have the worshipful master is the sun, and then the other guy across from him is the moon. It's it's also interesting here, and I think this particular link, if you're interested, it's called Freemasonry: The Invisible Cult. It talks about how in in a pagan ritual, generally the sun is worshipped by some type of a totem or an emblem on the wall representing the sun. But in Freemasonry, they actually make the master of the lodge the sun. So you're actually worshiping the sun as a living altar, which is exactly what Catholics do when they recognize the Pope as the representation of the sun or the God incarnate. Like, there's no difference between these things, you know, when people try to suggest that maybe the Masons are against the Catholics. No, I'm sorry, they're all the same. These are all the same. Hey, what's up, Globe Shite? Good to see you. So we're just talking about SpaceX and the real meaning behind their launches. The next one happens in 58 minutes. And so I figured I'd be on here today. I have a lot going on. You know, we're you know, FEMA camp's about to kick off. We have a lot of organization to do. And I've YouTube exited, meaning not that I've retreated, haven't ceded ground. I'm still developing a number of YouTube pages and other platforms. But the main hub of activity, our think tank, has actually been transplanted. We are now at Discord. The link is below the video. So if you click that Discord link, it will take you to the Blue Wrench Lodge. And if I recognize you, you'll be wrenched up right away. And as you can see on the screen, it's great because you can post animated GIFs, images, videos. We have custom emojis. And it's on 24/7. Like, check this out. I'm going to the meme gallery. I haven't been there since last night. 48 new messages since last night. And the people posting these are people that have been vetted. So these are our own people. And some of the best memes are showing up here. Most of them are flat Earth related. I don't know what that is. Ace McCloud put that there. It's like some hairy, heavy dude in an outdoor swimming pool. SpaceX is, oh, gross. Yeah, anyway. You'll find a lot there. Like this one here is one of my favorite ones by Globe Exit. Neil deGrasse Tyson, world-renowned super charlatan. The Darkness says Blue Lodge, FAM, or the Free and Accepted Masons. Oh, look at this. Reported to eBay, you have been Infinite Plane Society. How is eBay going? Metrics show you haven't made $200. You see, I have a lot of stalkers who are really mad that I left YouTube because they don't have any power outside of YouTube. So they're trying to shut down my eBay store. These people are so dumb. It says I haven't made $200. So, how would you know anyway? I could, if I wanted to, in fact, I could show you how much I've made. I just will, just because they hate the fact that I actually make a living. It's strange. You know, these people who, they don't make any sense. You know, you would think these people are flat earthers, right? They're like, oh, the earth is flat, but let me go attack people. So this guy you reported to eBay is such really a worthless piece of garbage. And if I had this person's name and address, you can bet I would be suing him for torturous interference. I mean, this is insane. Can you, I mean, I cannot even imagine a person like that in real life being functional, being happy, being loved. It's sad. It really is. So you can get, no, actually, though, how much have I made? They don't know. I could show you my back end, though. I think I will. I just want to show so this person can walk away knowing that they're not only wrong, but they wasted all their time. So let's look at sold. And let's just see how I've done. Messages, 33 messages to read. Okay, I'll have to check those today. So in the last 31 days, I've sold $512.20. So how's that? Your research says 200. It's more than twice that. So apparently you're full of shit. And at some point you're going to have to realize this. So anyway, this is Flat Earth dot store, and these are all new paintings. Actually, I started these months ago. I just finally finished them. They're all kind of stylized, I guess you could say. Um, I would call it outsider art, folk art, but bird art. These are all Fepe the Penguins, 12 inch by 12 inch, $20. Buy it now, free shipping. Four of them, well, lots of them, five of them. Wow, this one actually looks kind of like a dodo. So even that person who reported me to eBay, um, you could actually buy one of these if you like. It'd give you my personal info. You could find out where my no, these people think I'm a criminal because I'm making a profit on anything, and yet they have no problem paying their carbon taxes, paying for the military-industrial complex. They don't have any problem paying for the government and the media to brainwash their kids. Their priorities are so crazy that they think that I, with my 33 viewers, am a bigger threat than NASA. They think that I'm a bigger threat than YouTube actually suppressing the freedom of speech. They look at me and they think, whoa, that guy with 33 followers is totally scary. Let me devote myself to him. It's bizarre. Honestly, it's bizarre. And I got sick of it a long time ago, but then I realized, and Jaron kind of pointed this out. He said you have to realize that out of every 100 people, there's going to be one or two who do not reason. Because reason is something you have to voluntarily engage with, and it's not default. You have to actually decide to do it. And so what he said was, you're going to have two or three unreasonable people per 100. And so um, if you're going to have 5,000 subs, 10,000 subs, 20,000 subs, you're just going to have to learn how to filter out that percentage. So, um, and he's someone who has so many people watching him that it's just a part of life. So that stalker in here, the one who's listening, the one who's mad, the one who's probably naked right now and touching himself listening to me, that person has some severe issues, but it's not my problem or responsibility. So this one is called Penguinati, Lodge number 33. It's $333 or best offer. The proceeds will go to FEMA camp. This money, let's say I sold this on 333. I would use this to buy or commission 3 original works of art from local artists on site at FEMA camp. Like, that's what I'm doing. This one is called Matrix Break, Surreal Outsider Art, 12 inch by 12 inch. This one's very textured. $333 or best offer. I mean, truthfully, if you put in $100, I'd probably just take it. I mean, it's not going to cost but $10 to ship. But I'm also moving, and so I'm kind of doing a fire sale over the next 24 hours. I'm moving, and I don't want to take anything with me. I've got a lot of easels. I got a lot of, stuff that I'm mostly going to sell locally, but I have a lot of art that I just want to get rid of. I don't want to take it with me. So I painted this one during the election. I didn't sell it. It's totally a farce, but the idea was that they were trying to package Trump as like the red pill president because he was anti-globalist. And so I did the Matrix thing, but I put M-A-M-A-G-A, mega, mega, instead of zeros and ones. Globeshite says you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Well, hey, I would like to explain myself to the troll who's trying to shut down my eBay store. If I had access to that person, I would love it. I can tell you that. And I will someday. One of my goals in life, one of my favorite books is Count of Monte Cristo. He's someone who recognized early on the nature of the world and decided, well, I'm just going to take my time and get into a position where I can make them all pay, but I'll do so artfully and in a very profound way to where my encounter with them will be significant, life-changing. So you got these entitlement-minded, spoiled brat fascists trying to shut down YouTube channels. They think they can get away with it. But yeah, at some point, I would 100% like to square up with them. But again, it's about patience too. In the book, he waited 16 years. Like, I wouldn't mind, in 5 or 10 years, just going and having conversations with people, but it just would require a lot of planning and stuff. And I do have that kind of patience. This is called Walking Dead. It's actually not. I just was figuring, well, the new Walking Dead season started, so I took out one of my old kind of macabre pieces, and I called it Abstract Walking Dead. I used to do these paintings to kind of represent what I see as, yeah, Alexander Dumas, exactly, Mark Fanning. Brilliant mind, the guy who wrote Count of Monte Cristo. You'd know his work from Princess Bride, Three Musketeers, Zorro, Batman. Batman is basically a modern retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo, where you have somebody who had some original, they had something happen to him, and then it's a lifelong revenge against this faceless enemy with, but a lot of revenge, a lot of isolation, hidden identity, rich guy, well connected, nobody knows who he is. Okay. So, no, I do want to thank my troll for drawing attention to my artwork here so that people who want to support my work and help me fight against these types of little scumbags, you have a way to do so. This one says Get Lost Curvert. It's a patch. 33 says The Count of Monte Cristo is one of the best pieces of fiction. Yeah, it really is. Brilliant writing. The guy was like, better than even Ian Fleming. Better than, I mean, it's all about intrigue. And also, actually in the middle of The Count of Monte Cristo, right dead center in the middle of the novel, no, actually about a third of the way in, he escapes the prison and he's trying to get back to society, but the way he does it though is he's rescued by some pirates, and at one point he gets initiated into the little pirate enclave in a cave, and it is word for word verbatim the Masonic initiation. So he's actually an initiated Mason, and he gives the hand signs later. Like the whole book is very interesting. If you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. This one's called, well, it's just an 8x10, just a penguin with a wrench. 33 says there is a cartoon anime-based version. I'll check it out. I was pretty obsessed with the book the first time I read it, and I reread it later, and I saw some stuff in there I hadn't seen before. Like, that's where I get the phrase Agent of Providence from that book. Agent of Providence, these are just people who recognize that by default evil wins, so unless people actively stand up and act as agents on the opposite side, we all go into darkness. And so what he represents is somebody taking initiative in this and taking an active role in this spiritual war. And so he basically goes to the top. Satan takes him to the top of a mountain, like 200 pages into the book. And he describes how he's taken to the top of the mountain and offered all the kingdoms and shown the kingdoms if he would only kneel and submit. And he says instead that what he wants is to be an agent of providence, to reward the good and to curse the rotten. That he wants to punish the wicked and help and elevate the innocent. And so that's kind of he becomes this vigilante at that point, but it's after he's given the opportunity to sell out. So Batman could have used his money and become 100% worldly, but he did that only as a cover. In reality, he was very ascetic, like a monk, living up in his bat cave. And so yeah, definitely same tale, same archetype. Now this is a research flat Earth banner. And then also, hello, my name is Mark Sargent, Flat Earth Patches. You can get all these at flatearth.store, as well as these shirts, which were designed by Chris Pontius. Here's a link. It says, love plus truth equals flat Earth. I'll be selling them. I have a box of these to sell at Globe Exit. So to the troll who came in here, basically threatening to flag my store and have it taken down, if I hadn't made $200 by now, I probably will by the end of this week. So thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show people why they need to support me, what I'm up against, and what kind of scum that there are out there who would... I don't agree with your commentary, therefore, I'm going to try to shut down your business. That's just sick. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. All right, so heading to FEMA camp. That's the next topic here. FEMA camp is happening in a couple of days. I'll be leaving in 48 hours. So basically, I'm doing two things. I'm actually changing residences. I'm moving to a bigger place, like an extra room, a better location, so I can actually have a functional record, like the art studio, where I can actually have lighting so I can do live painting. Because if you remember back in July, I was doing a lot of just hanging out, doing art, talking to people, and a lot of people are sharing music. It became very entertaining, and I think combining that with Discord will be a next level thing. It'll be very productive, and I think it'll be better than before. So I want to get back into that. So I'm kind of making that happen as well. So that's sort of where I am right now. I'm simultaneously moving and I'm taking a little trip to Denver. Einar, now here's the thing. Einar has not said anything about coming in. He did say that it had nothing to do with money or finances. He just doesn't feel like it's a good time for him to spend this much time here. He doesn't think he's ready to produce it. So he said no. We even offered to raise the money, and he said no. Science rules says, okay, science doesn't rule. Science is a methodology, okay? It's not a belief system. If you're saying it in that sense, then you're saying it with all caps, then you're not talking about science. You're talking about ideology, and sadly, you're brainwashed. You're a fascist, you're a statist, and you probably believe everything said to you by the man Bear Pig himself. Okay, bloodbath in downtown New York City after driver runs over pedestrians and starts shooting. Yeah, it's a psyop, bro. Auto hoax. Auto hoax. In fact, I'm going to do an auto hoax video of this right now. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream and I'm going to start a live stream. And I'm going to call this out. Do I even, like, this is, I'm just going to demonstrate something. Let's see. 7 dead after driver plows into people on path and he starts shooting people near the World Trade Center. A Home Depot rental truck entered into the Wall Street pedestrian and bike path. Numerous people injured. Let's take a look and see. Okay, I see a crushed bike. I see tape. I see tape. I see a guy on the phone. Okay, I'm going to put this on the screen. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of I'm not going to point out the orange crime scene tape. That's relevant right now. Although it is Halloween, and so it kind of is relevant. Yeah, it's an auto hoax. Auto hoax for GTFO. If you're not auto hoaxing, you're not paying attention. It was a hoax. Everybody started running, the witness said. Everything was happening so fast. Thank God the trick-or-treaters weren't out yet. This is no active threat. Okay, so I haven't seen evidence of anything yet. This is so far, it's ABC News, it's hearsay. And I will continue to treat this as hearsay. Al Capitan says, why has ISA bailed on FEMA camp? Nobody's getting paid for FEMA camp. There's no money or profit to be made in FEMA camp. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's strange. It's like, Al Capitan, family issues, bro. Why does everyone blame IPS? Listen, um, this is not a profit-making venture. This is just showcasing art, and it's doing what we do anyway. And so here's something, Al Capitan. I know who you are. You're a coward, and you're a worthless, sad little man, and you don't have the guts to call me, even if I put my phone up. I'd put my phone number up. You could call me and talk live, and you don't have the guts to do that. So you have no power here. Somebody hit that person over the head with a shiny blue wrench. Crush that fucking skull. Who's going to do it? Where's Toto Cult? I'll do it myself. Whack. Happy Halloween. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Okay, so a man in a pickup truck killed 6 people when he drove into the West Side bike path screaming Allah Akbar. And he got out with fake guns. Okay, so the guy was screaming Allah Akbar with fake guns. See, if it's Allah Akbar, I already know it's fake. There is no radical Muslim or Islamic terrorist threat. There isn't one. There aren't any. To the extent that there are, they're usually mental cases that are provocateur or they're 100% actors. Cat Earth says, Captain is my friend. Cat Earth, your friend is a piece of crap and you're not responsible for him. You ought to exercise better judgment. Now, he's welcome to prove that he's not a piece of crap, but he's like a little gutter sniper talking shit from the shadows, spreading rumors like a little gossip. And I'm like, why the hell would you respect somebody like that? How could you be friends with somebody like that? Honestly, if you were a true friend, you would say, hey man, grow the fuck up, get a pair, call IPS, and say, I'm sorry for being a dick. Let me go ahead and ask you a question like a man instead of spreading a rumor like a little internet goblin. Okay, so let's go on. The suspect was shot by police, so he's probably dead. We could predict that one. So he's not going to speak for himself. He got out with imitation firearms. Jesus, a car just ran over two people and crashed into a school bus. I see two dead bodies and city bikes on the floor destroyed. A Twitter user wrote. They're always citing anonymous sources. Well, Captain says you're hurting my feelings. No, actually, I'm feeding you. It's called narcissistic supply, and you're getting off on this. You know you're stupid. You know you have no basis for saying shit. You know that you have nothing here but just rumor and hearsay. I mean, what a piece of garbage. You know that YouTube's being censored, look, Captain. I don't know what you're here for, but the First Amendment is under attack, and you're here just playing these little games. You're such a product. You are a product. I'm sorry, but you are a product of New World Order monoculture mind control. You're a thought police. What happened was there was a car crash. He came out of the cars with two guns. We thought it was a Halloween thing. He started running around the highway. There was another guy in a green shirt chasing him around. I heard 4 to 6 gunshots. You mean 5? And everybody starts running. Videos of the scene show people lying limp on the street and a smashed up Home Depot truck. Oh my God, I heard gunshots and I ran downtown. Okay, so again, we're seeing a movie. I'm going to play this. Let's watch people run because this is evidence of something apparently. Yeah, have they found the passport yet? Right. They're going to tell us the motives and everything very soon. I don't know what we're looking at. This is the New York Post. Internal, external moisturize. Okay, yeah. Nice shot there. Targeted advertising. It's like I'm totally not in their market. Okay, so we're just looking at some Sandy Hook style helicopter footage of people running around. Real convincing. Although auto believers will believe it. Auto believers. What World D says, I spoke with them. He's dealing with, okay. Hey, that's cool, man. I'm just saying, and if it's a big stretch for him to drive this far, especially if he's got to be there for his family, whatever. But like, it's none of our business. And so for someone to bring that in here to attack me, it's like, how low do you have to be? And hey, Cat Earth, for you to be friends with somebody so low, I'm sorry. You're friends with somebody who's fucking with somebody else's private life and their grief and then using it to attack me. So you lose your wrench until you can explain why that guy is your friend. So I'm sorry, Cat Earth. Nothing personal. That's just how we roll here. World Validation Boy says WWD was a subject on my show last night. Oh, nice. I missed it actually. I saw you were live, but okay, let's go on. There's another psyop in New York. A Muslim, so they can say it's terrorist. He was near the World Trade Center, so they can tie it to that narrative. It's a bunch of shit. Didn't happen. It's all fake. Auto hoax. If you're not auto hoaxing, you're not paying attention. You're under no obligation to believe the New York Post. You're under no obligation to believe ABC, CBS, InfoWars. It's all the same. Multiple deaths reported. So they're saying this guy in a pickup truck drives down the streets shouting Allah Akbar and then runs out with some guns, starts shooting at people, and his guns are actually fake guns. This is such garbage. Fake, fake, fake. Oh, look. Police officers next to a covered body. That's staged as well. That's staged as well. It really is. I'm going to look deeper into this, but anyway, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. You can choose to. Now listen, if you are buying it, if you are accepting this as anything more than hearsay, you have to admit right now to yourself that you accepted it on faith, that you have faith in ABC, and I don't. Sleeping Warrior says, bloody hell, it's good to hear your voice. IPS. Hashtag fuck Anthony Riley. Cat Earth was unbanned by ODD fan Research Flat Earth. So ODD fan Research Flat Earth, you're out of here. We do not unban. Al Capitino, die. And Cat Earth, I'm sorry, man. You can hang out in Discord, but I have to judge people by the company they keep. You know. Show me the 5 people you spend the most time with, and I'll show you who you are. This is fun. I'll tell you that though. This is fun. I kind of Well, actually, I don't miss this. Okay, so anyway, speaking of fake, SpaceX is launching in 33 minutes and 15 seconds. Another fake launch. It's a blimp called Minotaur. Globeshite says good stuff, IPS. Yeah, well, one of the things we've done here is we've moved. Everybody just keep killing, keep killing. You need the practice. We haven't been getting that in Discord. Just wipe them out. Honestly, if we needed them, they would be in Discord by now. So if somebody speaks up, just whack them. Use the wrench to spam links to your videos. Like if you just did a video or a live stream and you want to talk about it, post a link. Oh, somebody's knocking. Okay, so I am going to take a music break. Be right back. FedEx guy's here. All right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience there. Thanks, Flat Glenn. Thank you very much for blocking that individual. So basically, if you want troll-free chatting, you click the link there to Discord. The newbies there have limited power. They can't post links, they can't spam, and we have mods. Okay, so let's see what's going on over at Discord since we're there. We're still waiting on the launch. This is the latest meme posted at Discord. Okay, Shrumanati posted a link, and I won't click a link unless you give me like a two. Is it? Okay, I'll take a look. Oh, Shrumanati. Oh, nice. Actually, this is really good. We got to recruit this guy, Morky. Okay, Shrumanati. Alien Time 666. Nice work. 69 subs. I don't want to break it. I mean, I'd do 70, but I kind of like the whole vibe you got going on here. The mushrooms, the octopuses, and the aliens. Good work. In fact, I like your font. This is all really good. Nice. Do you draw with a tablet? Like, what kind of are you actually like freehanding the font and then adding your own drop shadow and all that? Shrumanati. Conan the Barbarian steps in. He says, "What's best in life?" Well, what's best in life is to crush your enemies with wrenches, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Hey, IPS, I can see Ireland from England, and the trolls hate it. They think I'm misidentifying land as something else. I banned Cat Earth because Cat Earth let some guy in to take advantage of a friend who's in a vulnerable position to try to smear me. Yeah, well, this guy was basically saying, hey, IPS, what are you going to say about this person who might not go to FEMA camp? And it's like, that person has personal issues and it's none of our business. And to bring that up to attack me, he said, aren't you paying him enough? You know, FEMA camp is not a profit generator. In fact, this is an investment. We're investing into it. It's like you don't go out to dinner with all your friends to make money Maybe somebody collects all the money to pay in advance, but this is not a profit venture. We're hanging out, doing what we do anyway: art, music. We're showcasing books and other things. I mean, big deal. It's an art show in the middle of the biggest art show in Denver of the year, an art festival. I mean, it just blows my mind here that somebody would try to say that there's some kind of like ulterior motive here, like a profit motive, and it's like, what are you, a commie? Get the hell out of America. If you don't like profit, stop using things that are profit driven, iterative technologies like your smartphone. Get off your smartphone. If it wasn't for the profit motive, you wouldn't have one. Stop trolling. Stop using the internet. We got these people with just like, I don't know, caveman epistemologies over here acting like they run shit. Hey, what's up, Mr. Matty Moses? Speaking of Mr. Matty Moses, let's see if I got your song loaded here. Is it on eBay? I mean, on YouTube? Do you put your music up on here? Let's see what's going on Matty Moses' Twitter. Here we go. In case you haven't heard it, this is my single, Same Old Shit, by Mr. Matty Moses. There's a few other ones you had here. I think the one I wanted to find was Earth is Flat, Get Over It. I'll just go over to your SoundCloud. Now we'll play this one. Short break.
Here we all go, we're at it again. The same old shit that never ends. And I'm on the grind and I'm on the clock. Hoping and praying this week will stop. Yo, the weekend it comes and I rest and relax. Drinking some beers, I load up with some snacks. Squeezing a movie, Netflix or some Hulu. I do all of the same shit that you do. Just sleep until Monday comes. And then we're right back to just where we begun. Hoping and praying we find some fun before the man tells us that we are done. That alarm clock calls us back to sleep. Dreamland awaits as we counting our Z's and they counting they G's as they stack them up. Whipping their hand as they crack us up. It's the same old shit again. Yeah, it's the same old shit again. Yeah, for better or worse, we stuck in a loop. It's fun to pretend that we rule the roost. Yo, it's not even close and we stuck in a coop. Ain't a whole lot about it we can do. Man, just be happy and leave it at that. Don't be like those cats that are so fat. Man, we getting by, so don't sweat the rest. Cause I'll guarantee you what comes next is the same old shit again. Yeah, it's the same old shit again. Yeah, the same old shit again. Yeah, it's the same old shit again. Yeah. Take a deep breath and breathe out all the bull. Forget about those that be stressing you. Now go get yours, don't just wait a sec. Or tomorrow be more of that same old shit. I'm on the grind and I'm on the clock. Hoping.
That's Mr. Matty Moses. He's one of our own. Glad we have him on our side. And this is MVP, the Hardware Vandal, Flat Earth Report, with an actual soundbite. I got an actual soundbite from Rachel Maddow and Representative Swalwell. A shout out to the Flat Earth Report.
Report come out of the House Intelligence Committee as to what happened with Russia.
A flat Earth report. That's those are striking terms.
Okay, so if you're not subscribed to theflatearthreport.com, do so. You'll get the headlines, whatever context in which flat Earth is brought up in the world on that day, you will be the first to know. So it's theflatearthreport.com. It's only one email a day. Sometimes I don't get to it, so maybe only one every 2 days. But the flatearthreport.com is the Drudge Report of the Flat Earth. This is how you stay up to speed with us here at the Beak Tank. This is the Drudge Report of the Flat Earth, meaning it's a news aggregator. I'm not writing stories, I'm just aggregating, and we go through it every day. The lifestyle of the Allosaurus. Well, we know that's fake. 10 questions you always wanted to ask a flat earther. Now, that might be the Vice thing. Yeah. Good to know that's still circulating. If you haven't seen it yet, this is someone expertly handling media disinformation agents with an attempt to throw you off your game. Can you fall off the edge? Okay, this is the actual transcripts to Nathan Oakley's video. And there's Nathan Oakley. I don't know what he's doing with his arms, but let's play it. It's 5 minutes. One second. There's a fluoride commercial. Can't skip it. So 10 questions you always wanted to ask a flat earther. So you don't believe the earth is round. What about gravity? Gravity's a hoax. There's a difference between mass in one substance and another. All right, here we go. Here's the actual Vice article with
what they're showing us,
Oakley.
It seems very fake. When we're being presented with things like the moon landing footage, and you've only got to look at it with a critical eye to see that it's done on a set. Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley, and I'm a flat earther. I run several YouTube channels, I interview people about the subject, and I've been doing it for about the last couple of years. In my last career, I was travelling around the world as an international sales rep, and as I travelled around the world, what I observed on almost every flight was the same thing, which was lots of people staring at the back of their headrests and observing the latest movie, drinking booze, falling asleep, whereas I would actually be at the back of the plane looking out at the emergency exit window, which had the widest viewing angle, and observing the flat plane below. That being the case, when I came across a Math Powerland video on YouTube and he uttered the words flat earth, not in ridicule but in the same context as we're talking about today, it immediately was a eureka moment. I mean, I literally went and woke my wife up and told her that the earth was flat. Well, NASA were developed for the sole purpose of lying to us. Their only purpose is to perpetuate the globe lie. Every single story that is told by NASA has the subcontext that we live on a globe. The way they're faking things is with top of the line, absolutely cutting edge studio techniques like were used in the film Gravity. So they're using trapeze, they're on high wires in order to fake us for as long as humanly possible. Well, that's a good comparison because the blockbuster movies bolster the NASA fakery. If you're watching Guardians of the Galaxy or Star Trek or Star Wars, the basis of that is that you are on a spinning globe. So the fact that Hollywood perpetuates this meme, this lie, this spinning globe lie, is the over-the-top suspension of disbelief. Whereas when NASA do it, they play their cards much more close to their chest. They always keep it nice and simple. So they're not going to be having Star Wars type battles in space. They're just going to have a zero-G meal. It's much more downplayed. The Illuminati. I don't know a great deal about the Illuminati. It's something that I've come across since finding out the Earth was flat or investigating flat Earth. It would seem that there are certainly families or bloodlines or secret societies that control certain aspects of our life. However, until 1972, we hadn't been up and checked. So to say that a secret society knew and was therefore perpetuating a deception, I would say no. No, I can't prove it. I can only support it with evidence. So to say, do I need to prove it? I would say no, because the starting point is flat. That's what you observe, that's what I observe, and that's what everyone deals with in their day-to-day lives. I've heard every insult under the sun, and I think the reason we get these insults is because we are pre-programmed from birth to ridicule the idea of flat Earth. We're told that it's a a notion of Philistines. It's something that we have progressed beyond. So I tend to not overreact to people who are insulting to me about the subject and try and ask them to either, if they're very combative, prove what they believe, which is the globe, or ask them to research flat Earth. Well, I've never been to the ends of the Earth, so it's a difficult one to give you an answer. Is the moon fake news? No. But does the moon have fake news surrounding it? Yes, absolutely. Of all of the celestial bodies, it's the one that would most indicate sphericity, is that the right word? Being spherical. And therefore it's used by people like NASA to prop up the notion that we are living on a sphere also. So it's used to perpetuate fake news. Do I get ridiculed now? No, it doesn't seem to be the case. A couple of years on, it's more like this, people actually wanting to know more information about the subject and doing a bit of research themselves. So I think it seems things have progressed. I don't have an actual explanation for how the seasons work. I don't know what the sun is. Same technically goes for the moon. I don't know what the moon is. And further to that, I don't trust any of the maps that they give us. Absolutely, it is fundamental to our state of being, it is fundamental to our existence. If we said they are right, the perpetrators of the lie, if you like, are correct, then we are absolutely and totally insignificant. We are a speck of dust in a soup of nothing, expanding into a massive infinite space of nothingness. Whereas the converse is that we are in an enclosed system, therefore we're it.
Great. Handled it well. Dodged the Illuminati bullet. You know, if you went out to the news, and a lot of, he caught a lot of flack for this by a lot of trolls who really don't know what the hell they're talking about. If you went out there and you said the Illuminati trannies are out there to get us by convincing us that the world's a ball, no one's going to make sense of it. They're going to think you're crazy because you are crazy if you think that. So it's nice that somebody who's not crazy handled that interview. Let's see here. Sleeping Warrior says, of course, odd. Oh, you know what? Hey, you know what's fascinating? Since we moved our think tank to Discord, we really haven't had to deal with any of the YouTube drama, which is YouTube drama. And YouTube drama doesn't leave YouTube. Trust me. You want to go interact with some of these people outside of YouTube, do it. You won't have to deal with any of this crap about pointing fingers about who is and who isn't a shill. You're all shills as far as I'm concerned. You're flat earth shills. There's no shame in that. And if you're not shilling for flat earth, what are you doing? You know, you need money. Money is the mother's milk of politics. You're not going to spread an idea without money, without engaging in the free market and voluntary exchange. Free market is, and has long demonstrated itself to be, the most effective means and mechanism for the distribution of goods, services, ideas, memes, philosophy, all of it. So, I mean, unless we had some good drama. Like, I don't know, though. I mean, some of these people, I just think there's something deeply disturbing about them. I mean, I turned into one guy, and he was like, F-U-I-P-S. He's in his car screaming and, like, punching his steering wheel. F-U-I-P-S. I'll shut you down. I'll slit their throats. I'm like, who is this guy? I thought shed raging is bad. Like, car raging is the next thing. I think his name was Flat Earth Association. Okay, Flat Earth Truther Kyrie Irving is a court-age truther as well. What is a court-age truther? Not a lot of stuff right now in the last few days. Oh, here we go. Matt Damon is cool with Kyrie Irving's beliefs. Now, this might be something, because Matt Damon is a total shill, but he might just be really dumb. Like, he might just be a useful idiot. Because you can't be a greenie, you can't be a global warmist, you can't be a man-bear-pig worshiper, and think Flat Earth is cool, because Flat Earth kills the globe, kills global warming, kills their entire claim to have a reason to hijack the force of state. Because that's what they want. You know, the whole environmentalism is just a stalking horse for statism. Matt Damon may not agree with Kyrie Irving about his Flat Earth beliefs, but doesn't stop him from cheering him on. Oh, I see. So the Cambridge native joined his suburb icon co-star Julianne Moore to answer some of the internet's most searched questions about themselves in a video for Wired. One question that popped up asked Matt Damon if he was a flat earther, which prompted him to bring up Boston's new point guard. Okay. I am not. I'm pretty convinced the earth is round, says Damon. Okay, now anytime somebody says I think the earth is round, guess what? You know they've never looked into it, so there's hope there. Though Kyrie Irving, the point guard of the Boston Celtics, who is a flat earther, is very welcome in Boston and we love him. Nice. Okay, somebody strayed from the party line. He didn't auto hate the accepted scapegoat, the designated scapegoat, the enemy of state, the thought criminal. So Matt Damon, even though you went to Mars in a movie, um, even though you're basically a propaganda pawn, you slipped up. Aside from chiming in on the flat earth debate, he answered other questions about the Boston actor. Queries range from whether or not he's related to Ben Affleck and if he's ever appeared on Game of Thrones. And in a not so shocking denial, he tried to settle the mystery over whether or not he's dead. I hope not. Maybe culturally speaking, I'm over. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's actually hear him respond to the flat earth question.
Hi, this is Matt Damon.
I'm Julianne Moore.
And we're doing a Wired
Auto-complete
interview.
Right.
Darling, I wish you the best.
Is Matt Damon related to Ben Affleck?
Actually, they did come in a common ancestor.
Okay.
So apparently we're related.
That's crazy.
Now, I'm not going to torture you. I'm going to get right to the flat earth question.
You know that. Is Matt Damon in Game of Thrones? Are you in...
If caring about the environment and I sang this song, it was
dead?
Well, maybe culturally speaking. Julianne Moore, real name.
Julianne Moore, real name is Julianne.
Oh.
Well, my father's middle name is Moore. And
Sorry.
Roger Moore.
There's just no way.
Jared Kushner.
I'm going to put you through this for 5 minutes.
States. Don't know where that comes from.
I think it's just wishful thinking. They want you to move to their town. Is Matt Damon dead?
I hope not.
That's terrible. He's not dead.
Funny, it was called Scotty Doesn't Know. And one of my roommates from college actually wrote the song and sang it, and I lip-synced it.
Is Matt Damon moving to Niceville, Florida?
I'm not. There are stories that come on the internet, but I'm not in Game of Thrones.
Is Matt Damon an environmentalist?
I co-founded Water.org,
Here we go.
which is a clean water and
Here we go.
sanitation foundation. If caring about the...
Sorry for this. Okay, he's an environmentalist, like I said. He's already saying it. But hey, here we go. Sorry for torturing you, but I found the exact point in the interview where they talk about flat Earth. Here we go.
Environment and wanting others to care about the environment makes you an environmentalist, and yes, of course I am.
Is Matt Damon a flat earther?
I'm not.
Okay.
I am pretty convinced the Earth is round, though Kyrie Irving, the point guard for the Boston Celtics, who is a flat earther, is very welcome in Boston, and we love him.
There we go. So, either he's a stooge like I think, or he's just off script. He's off script because to a true environmentalist who's not a stooge, the idea of a flat earth is very offensive because they actually worship the globe. That's their idol. Not believing in global warming is saying like you don't believe in the resurrection of Christ. It's fundamental to their worldview. All right, so there we go. A little bit of a flat earth mention. Not in such a negative thing. They make a joke about it. Let's move on. The creative world, bullshit industrial complex. Dear President Trump, America deserves to know everything. I don't even believe that JFK was assassinated. Prove me wrong. Why do people believe the earth is flat? Reddit. Reddit's been bringing up a lot of flat earth stuff, and turns out I was doing some of my analytics, and hey, I hope that the troll out there earlier who said you were trying to shut down my eBay store, just so you know, I made most of my sales last month from referrals coming from Reddit, and I don't even use Reddit. So I made like $600 in merchandise sales last month from Reddit users or people on Reddit sharing my links. I know the troll that came over here earlier hates the fact that I make a living doing whatever I do. It doesn't matter what I do. Even if I wasn't connected to the internet, I could make a living doing what I'm doing. I'd just be writing articles or selling books or publishing or something. Give me a break. People are so afraid of money. Being afraid of money is like being afraid of knowledge. It's just it's almost like a superstitious thing. Like I'm afraid if I know the wrong information, it'll taint me. It's a very superstitious, very knee-jerk, very ignorant attitude. Money's the root of all evil. Is it? I don't think so. I think ignorance is. 60 Bible verses describing a flat earth inside a dome. Reflection of mind. Now, those of you who are very atheistic, don't shy away from looking at the Bible when it comes to flat earth. And the reason why is that you don't have to take leaps of faith. If you can find anywhere culturally where there are references to our true cosmology, you got to look for it. I'm trying to find references to maybe other suns or a strange phenomenon, but you don't have to accept anything. But if there are verses out there describing the world in such a way, we ought to pay attention. So in this article, you find a number of verses, ancient Hebrew conception. Most of you already know this. Job has it. He treadeth upon the waves, the waters spread out the heavens. Clouds veil him so he cannot see. He walks in the circle of the sky. And circle of the sky, yeah, maybe it's ambiguous, maybe not. But I'm with Rob Skiba on that one. I mean, the Quran too. They all have things that are pretty unequivocally making it. It doesn't mean the book's a flat earth book necessarily, because the book isn't a book. The Bible isn't a book. It's not an integrated work. It's a collection. So that's why we're just looking for other references pre-deception that might hint at some other concept of the world. Because remember, one argument, it's not a cop-out. If somebody says, what are you, one of those flat earthers, you can actually say with a straight face, no, I'm just an earther. You are a spinning baller, bringing on extraordinary claims with no freaking proof. Prove the world's a spinning ball. Until then, I'm just an earther. You're the one. You're the crazy one. You could just turn it around on him. Buttermilk says Rob Skeeb is a Bible thumper. Yes, he's a Bible literalist, which to me is just an error in thinking. But I don't believe it. I don't believe that. Well, I know, in fact, that faith is not a good thing. You don't want to have faith that there's no traffic, and if you cross the street with your eyes closed, you're not going to get hit. You need to know it. There's no reason for faith. Faith is basically, hey, take my word for it. Well, why do you want to take anybody's word for it, especially some huckster in a costume trying to sell you a bill of goods? Oh yeah, I'll sell you heaven. I'll sell you paradise. Your relatives are burning in hell. They're waiting in line in purgatory. Give us a few shillings here, and we'll speed up the process. But no, I'm just looking at the info, not the narratives. You can take the info, like the facts, and then just look at the big picture without having to run to their conclusion. So if the Bible contains 10 verses saying the earth is flat, doesn't mean the Bible's true. Because you could find a lot of things, with that standard and say that the Bible justifies it, which it does not. We don't need faith, we need knowledge. We're moving away from a faith-based worldview into a knowledge-based worldview. Because for the longest time, the knowledge was held by the privileged few, and you were on the outside. You were profane. You were outside the temple. You were uninitiated. You were unworthy. And now that's been democratized. It's happening as we speak. As we speak, that disparity of knowledge is actually changing. The balance of power is adjusting itself to where we're actually learning about reality for ourselves without their stupid interpretations, without their stupefied, mind-numbing interpretations. And that's all we're doing. So we're actually moving away from faith in these institutions and authority figures into knowledge. You could say that this flat earth thing is a neo-Gnostic revival or awakening. Not Gnosticism as in the ideology, some sort of like Christian sect that was persecuted. I mean like Gnostic in the sense of replacing faith. Like there's a book by a really renowned atheist, Sam Harris, who's not an atheist, by the way. He's a faux atheist, but he doesn't know it because he's compartmentalized. But in his book End of Faith, he makes the case that that faith itself is actually like a thought disorder, and that it's not a virtue. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that your faith makes you a virtuous person, that it doesn't make you someone who hasn't thought something through all the way. Can Timmy join Disco? No, 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 Timmy, no, Timmy cannot join Discord, no. Stay on YouTube, Timmy, if you're out there. We don't need you in Discord. What's he going to do? We're not arguing about the stupid ball anyway. We're doing other things. We're kind of post-YouTube, and no, we don't need him there. See, for too long, these trolls have got off on this notion that, oh, I serve a useful function in the community. I'm part of this. You need me for objectivity. You need me to make sure that you guys consider all sides. Wrong. Every single one of us have lived in the bullshit. Every single one of us have served as our own contrarian, our own. We've been critical thinking. That's it. You get out of the box through critical thinking. Flat Earth philosophy says you function on faith. We all do. No, I don't. You have no idea what you're talking about. Tell me one area where I have faith. I use knowledge. I don't have faith. I'm not taking anybody's word for it. That's why I don't believe whatever ABC or the New York Times reports. I don't have faith in this institution. I know they're fucking liars. But anyway, we don't need these trolls. All of us here, we thought our way out of this box. Here's why they have trolls. It's called gaslighting. They bring in the trolls here just to make it look like there are people who actually give a damn about the state religion, when nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares that the Earth's. When people find out the Earth is flat, they're going to be like, oh, wow, okay. Nothing fundamental is going to really shift. I mean, there's going to be massive shifts, sure, but they're still going to go to work. They're still going to have the same spouse. They're not going to go lose their minds. No one's going to go running for the hills. It's not going to be a major cataclysm, except internally, sure. It's a major philosophical upgrade. There'll be major shifts, but we've already seen these things occurring. We've already witnessed in our lifetime the breakdown of traditional media conglomerates and the fallout of that, and the breakdown of big box stores, and how universities are being affected by the democratization of technology with online education, YouTube University. All these things are happening anyway. It's no big deal. So do we really need some globe defenders running around telling us we're stupid? We don't need him. All we need is like a meme on the screen that we'll just put a sticky up there that just says, "Hey, you guys are all dumb because you don't believe what your second grade teacher told you." That's their argument. Their argument is you're dumb, we're not. It's like, hey, we get it. We get it. Enjoy your false sense of superiority while you can, because it's not going to last. Enjoy your globe while you can. And this flat Earth philosophy guy, somebody whack him. Sorry, somebody. I don't know. My Skype was even on F-Skype. Yeah, get rid of him. Listen, we still have the same rules that apply, and they apply in Discord. In fact, one of the trolls got really mad about rule number 3. She's like, "How dare you try to regulate the sex lives of your cult members?" I'm not trying to regulate your sex lives. I just said it. I said it's optional. Rule number 3: do not procreate with globies. Don't let them procreate on you. There's no compulsion there. It's like, I understand you're already married to one or whatever, big deal. I don't expect that. But as far as the chat room, though, the rules are pretty much the same. No agenda thumping. Includes Bible, globe, whatever you're thumping. Communism, hatred of money, hatred or drama thumping. Rule number 2, no naysaying. This is visionaries only. If you can only tear down and attack and criticize and you don't build and create, GTFO. Don't need you. Rule number 3, procreation. Don't do it with globies. Rule number 4. Appropriate all penguins. This is part of our full-on, all-out meme offensive. Appropriate all penguins. All penguins are flat earthers. We just appropriate all of them. Use them for our thing. The alt-right appropriated frogs, and that helped them get their message through. We're doing the same thing with penguins. And we're alter-right. I mean, alt-right is as far right as you can be on the political spectrum in the blue pill world. If you took that and you kept going past the purple into full red pill territory, you would be a flat earther. That's where the trajectory ends up. But they, of course, absorbed themselves. They got absorbed into the establishment, as we all witnessed. Not that any of us were surprised. Okay, so that's appropriate all penguins. Rule number 5, and this is going to be very hard for some of you thought police out there. Think and let think. And rule number 6, and we're already doing this. In fact, rule number 6, if you want to be consistent with rule number 6, go to Discord right now. It seize the means of perception. So no longer will they provide the context in which this conversation takes place. This chat room, this chat, it's migrating over to Discord permanently. I have it open right now because I have some people who haven't made the shift yet, but you will. And so all these chats are going to be permanent. They're going to be using our own emoticons, our own memes, our own GIFs, and it's going to be over on Discord. Trolls aren't invited. Sorry. Go find another hobby. Don't need you. All right, let's see. Ace McLeod says, I won't regulate your sex life, but I'll regulate your snatch. Carl says, Globe chicks are sweating us hard. Mark Fanning says, mind screw artist. Morky Love says, woot. 33 says, I never heard Neil Tyson or Lawrence Krauss say anything even close to profound. Yeah. Jamaican says, Discord link not working or inexperienced. Let's take a little ride over to Discord. And there's our favorite, our favorite New World Order sock puppet, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, Meme Gallery, Infinite Plane Society. We'll take you over to the Blue Wrench Lodge. Here's an instant invite. Join us. Launch is happening. Okay. Post a link. Post a link to the launch. I lost it. Okay, here it is. Everyone go spam the hell out of this. We almost missed it. Fake. They're launching in any minute now. About a minute. Spam this. Somebody at Discord. I'll post a link in Discord. In the Blue Wrench area. Spam. Go spam that. And basically just let them know. Fake rocket. It's a blimp. We know it's a blimp. Somebody want to super chat it? Throw down a $5 so it sticks and just let them know it's all shit. They should be launching any second. And then after this launch, I'm going to get back to work. So get back to work. I'm wrapping up some paintings. I'm having a fire sale. I'm trying to empty out my studio to help raise more money for FEMA camp and whatever we do over there. Okay, Globe exit. What's up? There is fraud, says Travis. Where is the thing? How come it's not moving? Here it goes. Here it goes. Fake rocket launch. It looks like they sped it up a little bit from yesterday. They're listening to our criticism. It's a blimp with jet-assisted takeoff. Blimp with jet-assisted takeoff. Don't be stupid. Elon Musk is a lie. And now they show, oh look, they cut it up. What happened? What happened? Did they just cut the footage? All right, well, it looks like SpaceX has been canceled. All right, so if you're not at Discord, get there. Okay, wait, it's back on. Now it's back off. It's going on and off. What is with this? We predicted this, didn't we? We said this is that they're gonna react to us. In fact, somebody put a meme in Discord. It's hilarious. It was our good friend here. Elon Musk praying, please don't let IPS's, here we go. Please keep IPS's beak tank out of chat. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So join me on Discord. I'll wrench you up. As far as trolls go, you know, it's same. Show no mercy. Trolls to the oven. They've demonstrated today that they have no class. I had a troll do something very disgusting, and I had somebody I thought was better than that applauding the troll and unbanning the troll and saying, no, keep on using somebody else's grief as a weapon to impugn someone else's character and slander them publicly because I think it's cool, LOL. Sorry, Cat Earth, that doesn't fly here. That's really unchristian of you. You know, you're gonna talk to me about your Christian morality, and then you're gonna come over here and you're gonna act as an advocate for the spawn of Satan. Not cool. All right, go to flatearthnetwork.com and join us. You have 4 or 5 more days until the free 60-day trial ends. Flat Earth Network is the new organizational hub for everything Flat Earth. We're archiving anything that gets banned, anything Russian vids, anything Crow 777, anything they don't want you to see. PK, I have an interview with PK and Smoke and Mirrors and others on the subject of Vegas, interviews that have been banned on YouTube. Go to flatearthnetwork.com And then also get involved on Discord. That is our think tank, the Blue Wrench Lodge. You're all welcome to apply. If for some reason you're not a good fit, you'll know. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you all later.